Hi guys, long time. Apologies. Might be a little bit dark this video, which some people will say is a good thing. I do have a face for radio. I know that. So yeah, work's been a little bit busy, I'm afraid. So I've not really been able to spend enough time really watching football or getting involved in what's been going on. I haven't seen the boys from South Dorset Spurs for a while. It's just been crazy. But I was fortunate enough to get to watch the game on Saturday, albeit on the TV, which is the best all that any of us can hope for at the moment, I guess. But yeah, I did watch it, and it made for some uncomfortable viewing at times. We are not known for our defensive qualities, and you kind of look at it and you think, oh, this ain't going to be easy when you're sitting as deep as we are, trying to snuff a game out. But to be fair, overall, if you take the first part of the game, I don't think Hugo really had that much to do. I don't really remember him making too many saves. I remember one where he parried it, but apart from that, didn't really see anything too much to trouble him. From a overall team perspective, I guess it was we did defend well, but you're always a little bit on the edge of your seat when you're a Tottenham fan, because we know that old Serge can go sliding in, and Big Eric can get a bit too close, and Hugo can have a brain fart and throw the ball in the back of his own net. We've seen these things happen in the past, so we do get into that position where you're always looking like the glass is half empty rather than half full. But in the second half, I do think that we became a lot more assured and believed in ourselves a lot more, and it was less uncomfortable, I would say. But ultimately, it's all about getting the ball in the back of the net, and City can attack and attack and attack. But if they don't score the goals, they don't win the games. So that's where you're starting off from, right? So we took our chances. So I don't think we can not mention Ndombele and his wonderful pass to Son, who's absolutely on fire. I mean, what a player he is. We've got such a great player there. When you consider that, we brought him in as a winger, and everyone was saying, oh, we need another striker. And Son, to be fair to him, has been consistent ever since that happened. When Harry got injured that year, and he's been consistent ever since, and he's been banging them in left, right, and centre. He's been super reliable. So, great player. But it was all about the pass for me. Excuse me. I personally think that Ndombele is a really good player. I've rated him since we brought him in. I know he's had his issues with his weight and his perceived laziness and all the rest of it. I don't think he's lazy at all. I think he's come from a different league where he's not had to try so hard. Big fish in a little pond, coming to a place where he's no longer that big fish. And he's probably struggled with the culture and with the with the surroundings and with the people and getting to know everything and that. But they seem to have crossed that bridge, which is fantastic in my opinion. I mean, I watch him quite closely, and he does this little shimmy where he kind of turns one way, feints one way, and then he kind of turns round and goes the other way, and the players just run past him. It's almost like he's just sending them in the other direction. He just seems to do it so well, and he holds on to the ball so well as well. He doesn't lose the ball as easily as you might think he could. He's quite a strong lad, and he seems to really have that presence about him to be able to hold it on. And I enjoy that. I like that about him. I think he's really skillful. There's not really much more I can say about him. I rate him. I think he's good, and I like him a lot. I think there's still work to do, certainly on his fitness and stuff, to be able to do 90 minutes and so on. but you know, going in the right direction, and that's what you want from a squad, not just from an individual, you know. So then, yeah, so next one up is Giovanni Lo Celso banging a goal 35 seconds or whatever it is after coming on, and with another assist for super duper Harry Kane. He's one of our own. I mean, the boy is he's different gravy. He's such a quality player, you know. You know, he's so disrespected by the media, by other football fans, and all the rest of it. And I'm okay with that, you know, because I watch him week in, week out, and you can see how much he does for that team. You know, he's a Tottenham boy through and through. He watches it, he reads it, you know, he drops deep, he goes long, you know, he can pass, left foot, right foot, header. I mean, there isn't anything he can't do, really, in terms of an outfield player. He's just fantastic. And his commitment to the cause is you know, second to none. You know, an out-and-out professional who really deserves all the credit that he gets. You know, I think he is a wonderful, wonderful player, and we are so lucky to have him, especially coming through the academy and so on, and being a Tottenham boy. So yeah, I thought he played fantastic yesterday. He gave everything, and that's all you can ask for from your players. And to be fair, I think most of them did. You know, I don't think you can call any of them out and say they did a shit job or they didn't make the effort or whatever. I thought they did. I thought they played really, really well. Serge Aurier, you know, I'm one of his biggest critics, but he didn't really put a foot wrong yesterday. Thought he did really well. He was up against some decent players and didn't get phased. Reguilon, again, I have a little bit of a doubt with him from time. I love him going forward, but to me he just seems a little bit left-footed, just left-footed, and he kind of cuts in a lot, and that bothers me a bit because I've seen him get, you know, have the ball nicked off him a couple of times. This ain't La Liga, you know, they ain't going to give you the time to run around, run backwards and stuff. Might need to work on that, but you know, all in all, you know, great lad. You know, I like him as a footballer. I think he's a great footballer. Just like him to be a bit stronger and maybe use both feet a bit more rather than just all left-footed. But again, I think you can't do a video without calling out Højbjerg, who has been phenomenal for us this season already. Already a fan favourite. Already an Instagram star and a Twitter man with some of the stuff he puts out. Real good sort of Tottenham-led stuff, which is great to see when it's one of your own players. You know, it will infuriate other fans, but for us, that's that's great stuff to see. I love all that. I love that kind of stuff. And I don't put any players down from any team when they do it. You know, to be honest with you, I think it's good to get with your fans and be part of it. You know, you live in that moment. So yeah, I think he's been absolutely excellent for us, and Mourinho's getting the best out of him. You know, so you know, the squad's looking really strong, and of course we are sitting top of the league now. We don't get to say that very often, but we are today, and it'll be another week before we're not top of the league. So, you know, we'll enjoy it while we can and see where it takes us, right? Let's not get too excited, you know. Let's not get too excited and think it's all done and dusted, because it isn't. But we can just keep plodding on, and you know, as much as it pains a lot of people, and like I've said previously, Mourinho wasn't my first choice as a manager. You've got to eat a little bit of humble pie and say, you know, he's getting the best out of the players. He's got legal spending money. He's got a decent squad at his disposal. So, you know, he can only make them better. And the players seem to like him. The players seem to want to play for him, whatever club he's been at. So he's got to have something, hasn't he? You know, and we just have to support him whilst he's there. He's our manager. He's the one doing the business for us. So we just have to support him and see where it takes us. Hopefully it'll be to some kind of silverware at the end of the season. That's what I'm hoping for. You know, that's what I'd love to see, a great day out, a bit of silverware. hopefully in time for COVID to do a disappearing act, and we can all get back and, you know, turn up at Wembley and enjoy a day there, rather than the dreadful times we spent there when we were there as our home ground. So, you know, it's all to live for, or all to be happy about at the moment, and long may that continue. So I'm going to leave it there, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I have lost a few subscribers since I've stopped putting videos on. You fickle people, you. But you know, we'll keep plodding on. I probably won't see Thursday's game to be able to do a video, but every game I do see, I will do a review just to see how we get on. At the end of the day, as we say, up the Spurs.